This episode had a lot of dark undertones. Right towards the end, when we see the hero, Simon, I was like, oh my god, who is this old man? And then we see that he actually was the hero. He was betrayed by his wife and his friends, and he's just like a crazy alone old man now. And that's really upsetting. I mean, we get to see in that entire segment, there wasn't much backstory on this guy. That's all we found out. But what we do know is that even though he was a great hero that took down the Emperor Gaz and just destroyed him and got some of his remains, and he was given wealth, he still succumbed to loneliness. No matter how much wealth he had, he was still lonely and all his friends betrayed him. So it's upsetting getting to see the actual backstory of this character. Even though he wasn't fleshed out as a character, it was still upsetting to get to see that. So what really happened this episode? What was the major development we had this episode? The major accomplishment of this episode is Chaika gets another remains of her father. She gets his leg. Now, really, that's a great accomplishment. This episode overall, though, action-wise, it wasn't good at all. But there was some pretty good scenes in this. There was mainly comedy scenes and some romance development that is fucking shocking. I did not expect to see romance with Chaika. Now, I knew there was going to be eventually some form of romance. There has been romance hints in this series, but seeing Chaika actually get jealous at the end, I mean, when Toru says they wouldn't work out, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Nisekoi, but I mean, still, the entire scene with Chaika feeling jealous, and at the same time thinks that most likely Toru and Chaika would make a good couple, was really interesting. I like that entire part, and it's adorable, really. Chaika is a really adorable character. But besides that ending section right there, there was mainly barely anything happening in this episode. I mean, there was comedy, we did get to see some awesome dialogue, but the main comedy point I think that was the funniest was that entire illusion scene where Toru is just freaking hallucinating, seeing Chaika, you know, being his housewife friend, whatever, and eventually betraying him in the end. Now, the dude on the white horse, okay, he's just riding on and comes to Chaika, and Chaika says, I want to marry him. He pulls out a freaking arm out of his shirt. That's unnatural. I mean, okay, I'm gonna look at the scene again. Just look at the scene again. How does a person hide an arm so well? I mean, he just pulls it on out. I mean, literally, he's just like a big fucking long arm. A grown size man arm. He pulls it out of his fucking shirt. It's like, here, Chaika. I mean, what? Okay, so I'm glad that was a hallucination or a dream. If it wasn't, I would be kind of complaining on that entire scene. But it was just, you know, an hallucination. So we did get to see some funny moments with Frederica in this episode. She pretty much started punching the shit out of Toru's face. I'm like, oh my god, poor main character. He's just bleeding. You see his face swelling up. It's really funny. Overall, this episode was enjoyable. Not the best thing, like I said, I've seen still. But I feel like the series is starting to pick up, and since now it has been confirmed it has a season 2, I'm starting to understand why it's going at such a slow pace, and I can completely look past slow pacing now. And that is why I'm accepting this series, because I know eventually for it to get a season 2, they're going to be trying their hardest on the series and really developing its characters. So I'm just looking at the series as a very deep series, and I'm just going to look at this and try to absorb all the information I get. So right now, everybody tell me your thoughts on this episode of Chaika. Did you enjoy it? Did you hate it? What was your favorite moments about it? Everybody, I love you so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.